Good afternoon and welcome to another interesting edition of your favorite political current affairs program coming to you from NTA Benin Network Center. Today, we will be looking at the gubernatorial aspiration of Anamero Sunday Dekeri, who is contesting for the #1 position in the state on the platform of the All Progressives Congress. Anamero Dekeri is the member representing Esako Federal Constituency at the National Assembly. He is a philanthropist, entrepreneur, and a businessman who engaged in export of cocoa and also is the first independent petroleum marketer in Esako. Let me stop here for now because the guests we have in the studio will be doing the work of telling us more about this great son of Esako and the great son of Edo State. He will also be telling us why Anamero is contesting for 2024 Edo governorship election. I'm talking about APC chieftain Joachim Ohai. You are welcome to Frontline.
Thank you very much, Jude. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you.
It's also a pleasure to have you on our program today.
Thank you.
And let's quickly hit the ground running. You are one of the supporters of Anamero Dekeri. And also, before we go into the details of this discussion, I would like you to look at some of the recent developments in All Progressive Congress concerning the 2024 Edo governorship election. Just on Saturday, they cleared all the 12 aspirants that indicated interest after screening them. And also before now, there were these efforts by the stakeholders to reduce the number of the aspirants. What do you have to say about these developments and how eventually we now have 12 aspirants?
Yes, I think the situation and the development, though very fluid, does explain itself. APC remain one big family, one united family, working to reclaim Edo State back to the party. The events before now about the screening exercise, like you said, to reduce the number, I think the purchase of the nomination and nomination form and interest form did take care of that. And at the end of it all, 12 aspirants did buy the expression of interest and nomination form. And they just finished their screening by the National Working Committee. And we are very proud of the work for the job the National Working Committee did. And moving forward, we are poised come 17th February to elect our nominee. And I am very happy to tell you that our nominee is going to be Honorable Anamero Dekeri.
All right.
Yes.
We understand that's your preferred aspirant.
That's very
But
correct.
our viewers, they would like to know more about this your preferred aspirant. If I may ask, who is Anamero Dekeri?
Anamero Dekeri is a quintessential gentleman, a leader of note, a leader of thought, a reputable one at that, who has the best interests of the people at heart, and in particular Edo people. Anamero Dekeri has been a man since 1999 that have done more than any other politician you can think about as far as Edo State is concerned for the people. He breathes, he wakes up, all he thinks about is about the people. The people are like his heartbeat, the Edo people I mean. And like a first son, he has done more than what is expected of a leader for the people of Edo State. And what am I talking about? Just of recent, I think a day or two ago, just concluded 10,000 free WAEC registration for indigent Edo students. 10,000, something that is unprecedented, not just only in Edo, in sub-Saharan Africa. It is not the first time he's doing such. Last year, he did about 1,000 plus enrollment. That's 2022 rather. 1,000 plus enrollment for indigent Edo students. And his philanthropic work over the years has spoken volume for him. For example, in 2022, he distributed over 500,000 exercise books for all schools in Edo State, something that is unprecedented. And in addition to that, he has built schools. In fact, the present government of Edo State, led by Obaseki, Godwin Obaseki, the first project he commissioned when he came into power were the classroom blocks, over 16 classroom blocks that Anamero, Dekeri built for the state. His investment in education speaks volume. His investment in food security speaks volume. In fact, when he was elected overwhelmingly for the office of representative of Isako Federal Constituency, instantly, even before he was sworn in, he made 32 millionaires out of the 32 ward in Edo State. And in addition, even as we're going into this election proper, I also promised that he's going to make 33 millionaires out of the 192 wards in Edo State. So if you multiply 3 times 192, you have over 576 millionaires that he's intended to make. He's not a man that only speaks or issue words. He's a man that matches words with action. They call him the promise keeper because with Anamero Dekeri, every promise made is as good as a promise kept. I can tell you, even as at the last month when he did his constituency briefing, just barely 7 months in office as a federal representative, he reeled out over 18 projects that he has done for Isako Federal Constituency. Construction of market, rural electrification, solar boreholes, constructions of roads, even direct cash transfer to indigent constituency in Edo, in Isako Federal Constituency. The list go on and is endless. He has demonstrated over time that the concern, the well-being of his people is his primary concern. In fact, he said the reason why he came into politics is to do the greatest good for the greatest number of the masses. And this is why all Edolites from all walks of life are calling for him to run for office of governor, so that what he's doing in his constituency, the federal constituency, Isako Federal Constituency, can spread all over Edo State, so that from what Edo has been going through for almost 8 years under the present government of Obaseki, they can breathe a sign of relief, and shared prosperity will be a thing for the next 4 years. Thank you.
Just read that he had achieved a lot, even outside the corridors of power.
That's correct.
And now he wants to be the governor of the state. What plans, what do you envisage that he will do? You know, Isako, or maybe other things he was doing outside the government is different scenario. What do you see him, or what do you think he plans to do for Edo people in general when he emerges as the governor?
Yes, Jude, that's a nice question. Thank you for that question. Honorable Anamero Dekeri has a manifesto which is encapsulated in his Venture for Hope agenda. And Venture for Hope agenda is going to address the myriad of challenges being faced in Edo right now, vis-a-vis insecurity in the state, lack of food security, infrastructural decadence in the state, lack of investment in the educational system of Edo State. You can name it. There are myriads, lack of employment, and so much more. With Anamero Dekeri in the helms of affairs, the next governor of Edo State, God willing, Edo State is not just going to breathe a sign of relief. We are going to see improvement in the agrarian revolution as encapsulated in the Venture of Hope agenda of Anamero Dekeri. The agrarian revolution will move from Edo South. We know how fertile our lands are in Edo South to Edo Central and up Edo North.
Okay.
And from Edo North, you know what we have in mineral deposit all the way down to Edo South again. As it is right now, probably you are aware, Jude, Edo State has some of the largest gas deposits in Nigeria. In fact, experts have come up to say that Nigeria is not oil rich, we are gas rich. And that wealth and that huge deposit of gas, Edo is a leading state, if not the first state in the whole of the federation. So his venture of hope agenda is going to open up the system, create jobs for our teeming youths, because almost half of the population of Edo states are youths, young people, and address the issues of insecurity. Right now, you can hardly go a day without hearing about kidnapping, armed robbery, and so much more. He has a massive plan to address that. You come to the issue of road infrastructure. Our connectivities in roads, you know the state it is right now. Though we say Benin-Awuchi Expressway is a federal road, but we have seen in other states where governors have taken care of such federal roads and get repaid from the federal government. The state of the Awuchi Benin Expressway is one that no Edolites do not know about. And this expressway actually is like an artery in Nigeria that connects the south to the north. Is the easiest route. And then you also have even other roads like the Benin Saple road in deplorable state, which has caused so much problem. So his venture of hope agenda is going to address the decadence in the infrastructure of the state, going to build smart city. He mentioned that very clearly in one of his presentations. Is going to engender growth in our educational system. Is going to bring reforms even in healthcare, reforms in healthcare, because as you know, I can tell you stories of what our people are going through right now. Even as we speak right now, you can be assured, or you know it or you don't know it, no, that there is a mother, a father, a family somewhere in Edo right now, not knowing where to take their sick child or their sick relative to, because there's no adequate health care. So these are just a few of the many things that he has in place to unveil, to make the life of Edolites much better than we have known in these past 8 years.
All right, I can see you are so passionate about Anamero's aspiration
That's
to be the
correct.
governor of the state. But looking at the 12 aspirants cleared by the All Progressive Congress, he will be competing against some people that are considered, or analysts consider, heavyweights. So what stands him out, or what makes him the best out of these 11 other contenders?
Thank you very much, Jude. I think the first thing is first things first. People do not care to know how much you know until they know how much you care. Among the contenders, he is the leading aspirant as far as Edo APC is concerned today. Reason being that when you juxtapose his projects and achievements, none of the other 11 can match with any of his projects. If you show me one project from any of the other aspirants, I will show you 5 from Anamero Dekeri that he has achieved, not for himself, but for the people. He's not concerned about self-aggrandizement. He's selfless to a fault. In fact, in the last constituency presentation, all his salaries and allowance that he has garnered in the past 6 months, he donated them back to the people. And Anamero Dekeri has no comparison among the other 11. Words are cheap. Actions are rare. Enough with titles, enough with men, women who are even in the race that have held positions. The question is, what have they done for the people? Let us see the projects they have done and will begin to show you the one Anamero in his private capacity and just few months as a federal representative have done for the people. And if any of them come close, then you know that they qualify to even compete against him. So in all ramification, Anamero is shoulders and miles away from any of these aspirants. And God willing, Edo people will make the right decision to know that the man who has their interests at heart, the man who Edo State will be entrusted into his care, that will not shortchange them, that will not only do what is needed of a leader, of a governor of his kind to do, but he will even surpass, because he has said it repeatedly that he's ready to underpromise and over-deliver. So among the 11 aspirants, none comes close. They come with titles, they come with sweet words, but in actions and in achievement, none comes close. This is why a wise man once said, he said, the law of results states that no result, no respect. The results of Anamero Dekeri over the years is the respect he has, is why Edo people are calling for him to be the next governor, and none of the 11 other aspirants can compare. Thank you.
Okay. Looking at the coming election, you will agree with me that APC is coming as an opposition party. PDP grabbed power in 2020 from APC. The same Godwin Obaseki moving to PDP.
Correct.
So is a fight that they are going to take to the party in power that is in control of the state. So what chances does APC have with Anamero Dekeri as its candidate in terms of garnering supports and votes for this election?
Yes. Thank you. First of all, you answered a part of your question, Jude, by saying Obaseki was APC before it became PDP. So invariably, even if Edo State seems to be a PDP state, it's actually an APC state. The chances of APC taking back the state is evident in the deplorable state Edo State is right now. In terms of infrastructure, in terms of socio-economic development, in all ramifications, the present government has failed. All we hear is MOUs, signed here and there. The Gelegele port is there, taken over by weeds now. Nothing has been achieved in the past 8 years. In fact, the best that we know of the present administration is that the road constructed by APC, by our leader, Comrade Adams Oshomole, when he was the governor of the state, he was only able to put some street lights. He didn't construct new roads, no new school buildings. Even with the Edo Bears that everybody knows as Edo Wars right now, the state is in a state of dilemma. And Anamero Dekeri, as the leading aspirant in APC, and God willing, by 17th of this month, shall be the nominee of our great party, is a man that has the appropriate pedigree, the skill set, the track record, the requisite competence for office of governor of Edo State.
Can this be translated into gathering votes? You know, APC election is about number of votes. Will he get the support across the state?
Yes. First thing I must assure you is that Anamero has never gone into any election and lose before. That might surprise you to know. And whenever he goes into an election, it's always landslide victory for him at all times. Okay. What he has demonstrated over the years, even before becoming a federal lawmaker, will make him a darling, the candidate to beat as APC flag bearer. People don't really care about how much you know. They care about how much you care. And Anamero's, even in the last Youth Festival that was just concluded, you saw what he did all over Edo State, because he knows that people are hurting. He knows that families are hungry. He knows that families need to put their children in schools. He knows the challenges being faced by Edolites. and he has risen up to the occasion time without number in reaching out to the people directly, as a, not just as a leader that is just up idea that you cannot touch. He comes to the lowest level. He relates with everybody. He's the humblest, most quintessential gentleman you can think of as a leader. He's not a high up us leader, but a man that is ready to roll up his sleeve at any time to address the challenges of the people. And this is why we are confident, the Dolites are confident that for the first time in a long time, the right thing will be done. And the right man that has the interest and the well-being of the people at heart will be elected as governor of this state, so that Edo will now become first among the subnationals in Nigeria.
All right, let's quickly look at your party's primary coming up on Saturday. It's going to be a very, I don't know the right word to describe what people from the sidelines are talking about that primary. But what is your expectations from that primary?
First of all, whatever anybody is expecting, they are entitled to their expectation and their opinions. And like a wise man said, assumption is the lowest form of knowledge. Whatever they are assuming is completely different from what the party is all about. Like I told you before, APC is one big united family. We are going to go into that election strong. And when we come out on Saturday, the 17th of February from that election, we are going to be more united, more cohesive in winning back Edo State for the betterment of Edolites. So irrespective of what you hear here and there, those are just mere rumors that counts for nothing. In every competition, it's always expected. In fact, where I come from, most times they tell you that the tongue and the teeth do quarrel at times, but they still remain in the mouth. So irrespective of what you hear here and there, those are just things that are known to any family. And APC as a family, we are going through a phase that is getting us and making us stronger, better. And after the 17th of February, which is next Saturday, we'll emerge stronger and we'll be ready and poised to take back Edo State, not for the party alone, but for Edolites themselves.
All right. Looking at your party's primary, which it says will be direct primary, which means it will take place in all the wards in the state.
That's correct.
All right. There are so many other factors that people believe may likely play a role. For instance, the issue of zoning. A particular senatorial zone or cultural zone believes that it is the turn of their people. Don't you see this as maybe a kind of a challenge to your preferred aspirant coming from Edo North, the same place from Adams Soshomole?
On the contrary, and I think we have put that to rest by the events, and time has overtaken events to demonstrate that. A particular senatorial district calling for, according to what they say in a local palace, our turn. In politics, in leadership, in any organization, in any society, it's not turn by turn that matters. It's who can deliver. In other words, it does not matter if the cat is black, green, or white, as long as it catches minds. What Edo need right now is a leader as a governor that will deliver for all Edolites, whether you are from Edo South, Edo Central, Edo North, doesn't matter. Development should be accordingly spread out within the 3 senatorial districts with nobody left behind. There is no room for discrimination. In fact, as you are aware, the quest for good life, the basic necessity of life, health care, food, shelter, and security, is not, affirm I, it's not Ishan, it's not Benin. It beats at every heart. Everybody desires the same thing. And in the wisdom of the party, by the members of our political party, that call was jettisoned. Number one reason why it was jettisoned was because Edo State did not just begin in 1999. Okay. If you go back to the genesis, because if you in a football match you don't start reading scores from the middle of the game. Go back to the beginning. Edo South has been able to produce 4 governors. Dr. Samuel Bemudia, Chief Lucky Benedion, Chief Oyegu, and now Baseki 4. Edo Central has produced Professor Abrusali and Professor Osubo. Edo North has only produced 1 governor, which is Comrade Adams Aliu Oshomole. So if you bring the issue of equity, fairness, and justice to play, Edo North should not even be debated on the issue of producing the next governor. But yet, we have all said, irrespective of where we come from, we are one people. Edo Okpano, we are all one people, under one family. And what we want is a competent leader to be the next governor of Edo State. And I have told you before now, Jude, and I want our viewers to hear me clearly, that the man with the appropriate pedigree, skill set, and the track record, competence for office as governor of Edo State is no other than the person of Honorable Anamero Dekeri.
Okay, shortly, just briefly before we leave, what message do you have for your party members and party leaders as they go on Saturday to nominate the party's candidate? Just briefly.
First of all, I want to appeal to our party faithful leaders and members that we must know that in every contest there must be a winner. And we as one family, APC, we must show not just Edolites, we must show Nigerians and the world that we can make the best of what is available to us. And that is, we must get ourselves organized, run the most peaceful and organized primaries come Saturday. And the winner, by God's grace, who is going to be Anamero Sunday Dekeri, also known as Danko, the promise keeper, when he's nominated as the candidate of our party, every party member should do well to embrace him, embrace the ideals of the party, embrace the ideals of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, and work together as one family to deliver all of the party manifestos for Edolites. So we must be together, come together, work in peace and unity to as deliver for Edo State as one family.
Party were there.
Thank you.
The party should work as a one family.
That's correct.
Thank you, Joachim Ohai, for discussing the governorship aspiration of Anamero Sunday Dekeri. And we believe our viewers have heard from you. And also, we believe that the members of the All Progressive Congress, APC, will make the right choice on Saturday. And this is where we draw the curtain on today's edition of Frontline. Frontline will stick on your way the same time next week. Bye-bye.